Do you guys hear that? So I was gonna wear slut clothes for you guys, you know, so that I could pull more views, but it's freezing in here, so. In my last video, someone said that I wore a hoodie to cover my tracks. I don't know if you guys have seen my Cabo video, but I clearly don't really care that much about my tracks showing in videos anymore. I love being trash and accepting it. Hi guys, it's Tana Mongeau. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back to my channel. Not Tana Mongeau addressing drama before it gets way blown the fuck out of proportion. No, but really, for today's video, I'm gonna be talking to you guys about something that happened at two of my shows on tour recently, at my Freehold show and at my Long Island, New York show. I thought that when all of the shit went down at the shows, I addressed it right then and there on stage both fucking times so that my words couldn't be twisted or couldn't be blown out of proportion, or that there were no news articles or messy Monday tweets or comments of false news. Unfortunately, there still are, because people love to talk. So I thought I would just make a main channel video about it and talk about it, because honestly, I have a lot to say on this topic, and I think this is the first time that I've had a scandal, and I don't think I'm wrong. Not to suck my own dick or anything. I don't really think I'm in the wrong, and I really want to talk about this, especially just as a preface for anyone who comes to my shows in the future, and so people know my stance on it. And I also have a little bit of ranting to do. Without further ado, I am just gonna get into today's video. Sorry I look like shit, you guys. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts right now. I just did a show and the biggest meet and greet of my entire tour all day today. I got ready at like 5 a.m. I flew in from Vegas this morning. It's still so mind-blowing to me that everywhere I go, there are so many people that are so invested in the littlest, most emotional, craziest parts of my life and the depths of my soul, and the things that you guys write to me in letters, and the things that we talk about at my meet and greets, and the hugs that I get from you guys, and just the constant love is incredible. Thank you guys so much. When I was 15 years old and suicidal and thought I had no purpose and hated my life right before I filmed my first YouTube video, I never would have thought I would be here. So I just want to say thank you guys, even if you don't come to my tour, just the people who watch my videos and subscribe to my channel, for giving me that opportunity. I don't think it will ever get old. I love you guys. Make sure to subscribe, click the little bell to turn on your notifications, follow my social media. Basically, if you guys don't know what happened, in Freehold, New Jersey, the other night, I had a giant show, and I love Freehold. I love the energy. I love performing at I Play there. I always have a great time. Freehold is one of my favorite cities to stop at on tour, and was actually a special request for me of this tour. I was like, I want to go to Freehold. So we do this giant 4-hour long meet and greet. I literally spend like an hour with every single VIP group of you guys. It's also Corinna's first show, so we're just having a lot of fun. And finally, we get done with the meet and greet, and I go on stage. We start playing a game of hot seat, and basically what hot seat is like one by one, all of us in the show sit in the hot seat, and then all of us ask the person in the hot seat juicy ass questions. They can either answer the questions or they can plead the fifth. If they do, they lose points. We get all the way through hot seat. Every single one of my friends, including Corinna, sits in it. I sit down in the hot seat. One person asks me a question I want to say, and then all of a sudden I look to the left of my stage, and all my tour managers are going like this, and I'm like, I have no idea what they're talking about. And then I realize that they're saying like time out, and I'm like, what the hell? I'm like 12 shows into my tour. Like, this has never happened before. They all look very stressed. I walk over to the side stage. The audience is confused as shit. They're like, yo, the cops are here. And I'm like, why? Like, a million things go to my head. People always try to bring me weed to my shows. Lots of people show up drunk to my shows. I've had parents get too drunk. I've had like fights happen sometimes. So I thought the cops were there for something like that. And then my tour manager walks on stage and he grabs a mic and he's like, yo, someone in the audience, your parents were unhappy with the show, so they want you to leave the audience. So like, instead of coming in the audience to get you, they called the police.
There are some parents in the back looking for their children. Unfortunately, we need to ask you to go back to your parents. With that being said, if your parents are texting you, you need to go to the back of the building.
The kids won't come out of the audience, so the police come in the audience to like find the kids. I understand the anger, panic, frustration of a parent wanting their kid to do something, especially like out of an audience of a bunch of people and the kid not coming out. That part I understand. So then they pull the kid out of the audience. I'm kind of joking around at this point, because now that I know it's not a safety hazard or something bad, and someone literally called the cops because they didn't like my show, I'm like jokingly like singing really PG songs to be like, see, I'm PG, and like everyone in the audience is like waving flashlights and we're joking, whatever. If you can wear my sweatshirt and you can tell your friends, let's switch it up again, our God is greater, our God is stronger. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna step off stage and take a break for the audience to kind of go back to normal and the cops to leave and whatever. So I go backstage and I'm informed that the parents are like trying to get me arrested, that they won't leave, and the police are trying to arrest those parents because they're so angry that they won't leave until like I get arrested. The cops are like laughing in their face like they're not gonna arrest. And then they go outside and I'm informed that they're like trying to sue the venue, and the venue workers are just kind of like laughing at them because like there's nothing they could sue for. The parents bought the tickets to my show, it's a private event, etc. After a bunch of debacle debacle, the police finally escort the parents and the kids out. So I go back on stage. I briefly talk about the fact, even though my show can get a little raunchy, the message of it overall is being confident in who you are, is that it's okay to be the weird, fucking, vulgar kid, that you don't have to conform to society, that I want my shows to be a safe place for people to be themselves, to be confident, to be proud of who they are, even if it is the weird kid or someone who's different. The rest of the show goes phenomenally, literally phenomenally. The crowd is insane. The energy is insane. The show is super funny. I'm having a great time with my friends. I leave the stage. The night goes on. The next day, we go to Long Island, New York. This day was super chaotic and stressful for me. I woke up really late by accident, so I was running super late. Different people were butting heads with different people. Things were going wrong. Everything was behind, like the meet and greet, the show. I was exhausted. Like, I was just very stressed out in general. But of course, I run out on stage, and Long Island was by far the loudest, craziest, biggest, most awesome crowd so far. And you guys have the ability to instantly turn my mood around. Like, I can be in the shittiest mood and run out on stage and see all of your faces, and my mood is flipped. That is why I love what I do, because I'm so genuinely passionate about the impact that I can have on all of you guys. This entire show, I am incredibly mindful of what happened at the last show. I'm gonna make sure to be a lot less vulgar throughout the entire show. I was trying not to say fuck. Instead of saying like fuckable, we were saying bangable. For fuck, marry, kill, I was literally saying smash, marry, kill. Literally being, for me anyways, especially, very censored. We made sure the hot seat questions were way less bad. We get through all of the show. We were playing Never Have I Ever on stage. And so then I'm like, I'll take a few Never Have I Evers from the audience. Someone in the audience asks, never have I ever done anal? First of all, there's like nothing wrong with that. I go back to answer it, and then I see a mom in the back of the crowd who for the last like 20 minutes of the show was like waving, like trying to get my attention, and I was kind of just brushing it off. I thought she just had like a question or something. And so finally I look at her, and she looks at me, and she's like, do you fucking know how old these kids are? I look at her, and I know that she's angry. So I say something along the lines of, yeah, but like, did you watch my videos before you bought the ticket for your 13-year-old kid? And so then the entire audience starts cheering, kind of booing her and stuff like that, which I'm not condoning. Like, I'm not sitting here saying like, boo this lady.
I mean, did you watch my videos before you bought the ticket for your kid? Maybe I'm dismissing, but at least I'm not a bad parent. Anyway.
50 fucking parents hug me and thank me and cry to me and tell me that they're so happy that I create a place that their kid can feel accepted, write me letters 24/7, come up to me and shake my hand, that take pictures with me and videos with me. So I'm not gonna sit here and act like these two parents changed the way I feel about anything. Like, I don't give a fuck. No offense. My old shows used to be so much more vulgar. I feel like a lot of drama channels, a lot of people are wanting me to apologize for having a vulgar show that young kids go to. But first and foremost, any kid that is too young to be at my show, they don't have credit cards. Their parents bought those tickets. Their parents came with them. It's mind-blowing to me that parents will spend hundreds of dollars and do zero research. It's not like any portion of my vulgarity is even remotely hidden. When I see parents that are that angry, it's obvious that they didn't even Google my name. It's obvious that they literally just clicked add to cart and bought the ticket. How are you going to be angry if your kid wants to go to my show? That means every single day in their room or in your living room or on their phone that you pay the bill for, they are spending a lot of their time watching my videos. That means you don't know what the fuck your kid is doing with the majority of their free time. You don't know what the fuck your 12-year-old is spending time on the internet looking at. Like, that's not my fucking fault. When buying my ticket on the page to buy my tickets, or when you Google Tana Mongeau tour, there are plenty summaries of my show that says it's vulgar, that says it's raunchy, that says I tell one of my infamous vulgar stories on stage. Why would you go out of your way to embarrass yourself, your kid, berate the fuck out of me in front of your kid, in front of everyone? Why wouldn't you just like let your kid finish watching the fucking show and then take them home and be a good parent and sit down and be like, okay, why do you like this girl? Why are you watching this? You might be too young for this type of thing, instead of taking the hat you just paid money for off your kid's head and throwing it at me. That's a good example, Mom.
Never have I ever.
Assault people that piss you off. I'm pretty sure me standing on stage talking about sex, something that your kid is exposed to every day at school, every time you turn on the TV. I don't know if you know, but you fucked your kid's dad to make your kid. They're gonna have to learn about sex eventually one day. I'm pretty sure all of that is a better example than ripping something off your kid's head and assaulting their idol in front of them. It's not even that like you threw a hat at me, like, come back bitch, catch my hands, I don't care. It's that like you basically just showed your kid that you approve of doing actions like that when people make you you angry. Like, great example, mom. And your kid also probably will fucking hate you for a long time because you suck. Hello, 911? Like, I'm at a show and someone's saying shit and fuck on stage and talking about sex. Like, can you come help? What goes through someone's mind to see your kid at a show where someone is cussing and your first instinct is to call the police? You could have walked in the audience and got your fucking kid. You could have asked the security, 30 security guards at the venue, to go get your kid. You could have sat back and been like, damn, instead of being mad at this girl who does this for a living, it's not her fault that young kids like what she does. You could have stepped back and been mad at yourself for paying a lot of money to buy tickets for your kid who is 12 to a show that you did no research for. Like, you look really fucking stupid now. If I were to ever have kids, I would never want to shield them from the bad things in life. I would want to educate them, because I feel like that's how you help turn your kid into a good person. You show them the fucked up things in the world and you teach them how to handle them. Do I think that my show is incredibly acceptable for 10 and 11-year-olds? No. Do I still meet a lot of 10 and 11-year-olds that came with their parents and their parents still thank me for saving their kids' lives and are fine with them being there, and I'm happy that they're there because they're allowed to be there? Absolutely. That there is so much bigger of a message, and I'm constantly telling kids, don't be a fucking brat to your parents. They love you. They're doing nothing but looking out for you, like blah blah blah. My slogan is literally, come to my tour so I can fuck you. I can't be any more open about my show. Literally thousands of comments, tweets, replies, drama channels, people asking me, are you sorry? What are you gonna do to change it? That's why I'm making this video, because I want to just like straight up address it. I'm not sorry at all. Anyways, to people asking if I'm gonna change my show, no. Have I walked on stage now, and will I probably for a while, just because I'm wary of crazy psychopathic fucking parents who want to throw things at my head and call the police and try to ruin my fucking show. I've been saying a little disclaimer, like, you know, hey parents, this show is gonna get vulgar, and if you brought your 10-year-old child here and you paid a bunch of money for a ticket and you have no idea what I do, hi. Since I've been saying that disclaimer at the end of every show, I have like 20 parents come up to me and be like, we love you, we love what you do, like we would never do that, we watch your videos with our kids, thank you, we understand the bigger message, obviously. Moral of the story, I'm not sorry, I'm not gonna change anything. Hopefully this video serves as a little disclaimer to all of the drama channels. I wanted to shut this the fuck down before it got worse, to all of the media in general, like whatever you may be, and to any angry parents, maybe this will serve as a lesson for you as a parent to be more involved in your kids' lives, to look at what they're watching, to look at the things that they're filling their brain and their thoughts and their mind with, because that is shaping who they are as a person. And to all of the parents that love and support me, I am so grateful for that. There's been so many shows where it has brought me to genuine tears, seeing happy, awesome relationships between dads and their daughters, or moms and their daughters, because when I was 12 and 13 and 14, that was probably the rockiest, hardest time I had with my family growing up. We fought all the time, every single day. We are so much better now, but seeing families that get along a lot better than I did growing up always touches me, and I always make sure to pull that kid aside and say, yo, like, what you have is something so many people would kill for, to have both of your parents in your life, or parents who are involved and give a shit about you, or parents that love you and are cool and you can confide in and talk to. And I try to always tell you guys to really take advantage of that. I'm on tour in Boston right now. My next show is in Toronto. Tour is going phenomenally, and to all of the articles and stuff I read saying, looks like Tana Mongeau's tour is taking a bad turn, it's not at all. Some dumbass parent called the fucking cops because they're an idiot and this is my take on it. I'm honestly having the time of my life, and I think that this is also a lesson that in life you can focus on the one little tiny negative thing or all of the positive things. You know, I could let that one parent get me down, upset me, make me angry, change my show, change the way I do things on a daily basis, instill anger in my heart, or I can look into an audience of the other 999 people who love me and support me and are excited. Life is all about perspective and what you focus on, so that's exactly what I'm going to keep doing. Everyone that supports me, watches my videos, subscribes, tweets me, comments on my Instagram photos, watches my Snapchat stories, invests themselves in every aspect of my life, whether you come to my tour and meet me in person or not, you still mean so much to me. I could not be on this world tour, I could not be going to these shows, I could not be doing any of this if it wasn't for people that simply click my videos because they care about the stupid shit that I have to say. You guys make me who I am, and I told you when I filmed my first video I would never forget that, so I want to tell you guys today I haven't forgotten that, and I abso-fucking-lutely never will. If you take anything from this video as not a parent, as a millennial teenager who watches my videos, life is all about perspective. You can focus on the one negative thing or the million positive things. It is what you make it. Never be afraid to unapologetically be yourself. There's always going to be people who have something to say about what you do, and if you focus on those people, it'll get you down and you will be sad. So do you, and the only opinion that really matters is you. Thank you guys for loving and accepting the weird kid who sat down in her dirty ass room with her dirty ass door on her iPhone 5 talking about a bleach and tone. I love you guys. I promise you, I don't ever want to forget about that girl and what she stood for. And to anyone who has anything negative to say or thinks I'm wrong in this situation, share your opinion, raise my engagement, view the video. I don't give a fuck. And I will talk to you guys in the next less drama filled video. I love you guys so much. Make sure to subscribe, click the little bell for my notifications, follow all my social media, subscribe to my vlog channel because I am a daily vlogger now, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.